Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Heather, and on this channel we like to walk a very fine line between a shopping addicted makeup monster and a responsible adult with a makeup hobby. Now, I really enjoy eyeshadow singles, duochromes, multichromes, blush, highlight, lip gloss, basically everything except pressed glitter, and today we're going to be talking about my favorite thing, which is getting a good deal on makeup. I'm going to give you the first half of my Black Friday haul, so if that sounds like something you're interested in, stick with me, we're getting into it right now. And thankfully, I had a little bit of stuff set aside, so I was able to kind of pick and choose some really nice sales to take advantage of this year. I have not received everything that I ordered because I do not like to pay for shipping, so I definitely don't like to pay for expedited shipping. And so I'm still waiting on some things, but I figured I wanted to show you guys what I had now while it's like still pretty and untouched, because I really want to be touching all this stuff. I really want to use this makeup, let's put it that way, because that sounds less crazy. Alright, so the first thing is from Beauty Bay. I finally picked up the Viseart Violet Entendu palette. Let me see if I can get it out, because it's not wanting to come out. So it looks like this. Oh my goodness, so challenging to open. And then that is the color story. I was really drawn to the fact that it had those like beautiful rosy tones on the top and then these like really beautiful purple plummy shades on the bottom. There's also this like kind of iridescent gray purple shade in here that just really intrigued me. So I've had it on my list for a while, and I figured at some point when it went on sale I would probably pick it up. These originally retailed for like $45, $44, something like that. So price-wise, it was a little more expensive than what I wanted to pay, so I was kind of waiting out that sale. But for Black Friday, it went up like 35% at Beauty Bay, so I went ahead and picked that up. Alright, next we'll talk about Lorella Cosmetics, which I don't think I've actually ever tried anything from Lorella, but I saw Doodles by the Bunny has done some work for them, and one of the palettes that she did for them was this one, which is the Ocean Breeze palette. And when you open it up, it's all this like beautiful blue color story. It's all cool tones, kind of muted, and then you have a couple pops of like a gray here, which I think is really cool. No pun intended. But I decided to go ahead and pick it up. Originally I think it was like $24-ish. Anyway, went ahead and picked it up. I was really happy to get this one and try it out. I have not obviously tried any of this stuff yet, so I can't give you any impressions yet. Hopefully I can do that as I try them and rank them for you in my monthly palette ranking videos. But this one, the color story spoke to me. Obviously I love blue eyeshadow, so I was really excited to get this one tried out. Is Pink Crush Cosmetics. So I've been looking at this palette for a minute too, and I just never pulled the trigger on it because I couldn't tell if the shimmers were going to be as good as what they were in my mind. So I was like, I don't want to order something that I think is going to be those really buttery duochrome type shimmers like It's Belle Cosmetics and things like that, and then discover that it's like some really private label, like very basic shimmer. So I've been waiting. But finally, the curiosity got the better of me, and I went ahead and ordered the Nocturnal Garden palette. And it looks like this. So the thing that really got me was like this beautiful lilac-y shade and then this green shade over here. The two of them just looked so pretty. I definitely think they're going to have a bit of a buttery quality to them, but I'm not sure that they're going to be like an It's Belle type buttery texture. So we'll see. I'm gonna give it a try, but I'm still really excited to try it because I think it's a really beautiful, cool toned blue-green color story. Story of my life. And then they did also include a free gift with purchase, which was just this little like kind of aqua blue eyeliner. It's a water activated cake liner, so that was pretty cool as well. So thank you to them for that. All right. Who's next? We'll talk about this one next. So I did also order from Fantasy Cosmetica the Sorcerer palette. I was a little bit confused because I thought their palettes came in like the external packaging, like the sleeve. But when I got my palette, there was no sleeve on it. So I don't know if that was intentional or not, but the pictures that I see online, other people had sleeves. So no say. But This is what the color story looks like, and I'm super excited. The blues, the pinks, the purple, I'm down for all of that. These two definitely look like they're going to be a little bit more muted, so I don't know about those two, but like these look like they're going to be sparkly shades, and I'm so excited for that. A lot of what I did on Black Friday was pick up things that had been on my wish list for a long time, and a lot of those were palettes. So this is a very palette heavy video. Oh my goodness, and my arm is like breaking right now. I injured my arm. I have no idea how, but it like hurts to lift my arm up now. So that's a super useless skill. Next up is one thing that I picked up from Fenty, and that was the highlighter in Mean Money and Hustla Baby, because everybody talks about this highlighter and says how like awesome and beautiful it is, and I've never tried it. So I went ahead and picked this one up because it was half price on their website, and I'm very much looking forward to giving it a try. So next we'll talk about Sugar Drizzle, and I had a couple things on, like my eyes on a couple of things from their collection for Black Friday, but I went ahead and I only picked up one thing because I was picking up so many things from everywhere else that I just didn't want to like get too distracted. But the thing that I was the most excited for was the Sugar Dreams palette, and this one is one of their like all duochrome multi-chrome type palettes, and I wanted it, but I felt like there was probably some overlap with some of my other palettes, so then I was like, well, let me not order it. But then the more I saw it, the more I was like, I still really want it, even if there is a little bit of overlap. So I did go ahead and pick it up. I'm super excited. Like these shades here look so pretty. This one looks a little bit like flat, like it's not going to be as special, but the rest of the shades look so pretty, and I can't wait to dig into that. This is part of why we're doing this video, because I can only be patient and hold on to these palettes and not touch them for so long, and we're getting to that limit. So I want to be able to use this stuff while we're waiting for everything else to come in. Alright, next up we'll talk about ColourPop, and I think I just got 3 things from ColourPop in this order. I did make a second order, but it's not here yet. The first thing is the Matte About Hue palette, and it's one of their mega palettes. The reason I wanted this is because I have a lot of singles from indie brands that are predominantly like shimmers, metallics, duochromes, whatever, multichromes, but I don't tend to purchase a lot of mattes. So my thought was, if I have this kind of helps me build out my matte collection. I can even break this palette down and use singles to kind of make my own custom palettes. So I went ahead and picked this up for that reason. I do really like how it goes from almost pastel to very dark, almost like a blackened version of each of those shades. So I do really appreciate that. And I feel like it's also like, for being as many shades as it is, it's not like super huge. It's bigger than what I'd want, but it's not unmanageable. So I picked that one up. And I definitely wanted to wait for a sale for that, especially because I knew I wasn't going to be utilizing it in the way that it's intended. And then the second thing that I picked up, this was very much an impulse buy, but it was the Control Alt Glam palette, and I am so hopeful that I have a better experience with it than Makeup Just for Fun, because when she tried it, she was 0% impressed. This is what the color story looks like. This whole area here, like exclude those 3, but like that 9 pan suckered me in. So I went ahead and picked this up. I definitely want to give it a try and see what I think. Some of the ColourPop duochrome type shades don't do it for me anymore, because we have so many really great duochrome formulas from indie brands that the duochromes that ColourPop puts together are sometimes just very okay. Like the Nightmare Before Christmas palette had some duochromes in it, and they're just very flat. But the rest of that palette really intrigued me, so still gonna give it a try. And I love the packaging. Like I love the little like vibe of it. I don't know, it's cute. And the last thing was the highlighter quad from the like shell beachy themed collection they had this summer. This is the Might a Shell highlighter quad, and it's just got 4 Super Shock blushes. I was really excited about the kind of peachy blush here and this kind of lilac-y blush here. I mean, obviously I think we all probably have a million champagne to gold to bronzy toned highlighters in our collection because those are like the normal shades, but these other two just really intrigued me, so I'm definitely excited to have this one and to give it a try. I don't know why I keep saying I'm excited to have it and give it a try. Of course I'm excited to have it and give it a try, or else I wouldn't have bought it. Duh. Alright, what should we do next? I guess we'll do my Be Perfect order next, because this one is kind of hefty. So from Be Perfect, I picked up the Ultimate Brush Collection. I've had this on my wish list since they advertised it, which I want to say this came out a year and a half ago, maybe around Black Friday, maybe a little earlier last year. Regardless, I was like, I want it. But this brush set is like $100 something by itself, and I was like, I'm not paying $100 for 20 brushes. I don't care how fancy they are. And so I just kind of waited and waited and waited and waited, and finally it went on sale. Plus they had, you know, free shipping over a certain threshold. There was other things I was buying, and it just kind of worked out. So I definitely went ahead and picked this one up. Very excited to use it. And then the other thing, so I picked up 3 more things. And this is probably the thing that I had the hardest time not touching while I was waiting to film this video. And this is the Carnival and Stacey Marie. This is the Interstellar palette. I have never tried any Be Perfect eyeshadows. I've never tried any of the Stacey Marie palettes, but this got me. Like, let me turn it around here. So you can see how, like, you can see how really pretty this is. I love these 3 rows of very like cool tone grays with like almost a little bit of taupiness in the bottom part here. I love that you have like a couple pops of yellow and green. The neutrals are nowhere to be found in terms of like warm brown neutrals, and then you've got all these beautiful blues and purples and like blurples. I love that. So there are 2 pressed glitters in here, but they appear to be like pretty tiny, so I don't know if they're considered eye safe pressed glitters or not. And actually they say there's 4 in here, so I just don't know. I do not know, but I'm really excited to play with this one. You guys are going to have to let me know if you've tried any of the other Stacey Marie palettes. What did you think of them? Because this is looking really exciting to me. And then I had 2 highlighters on my list from Be Perfect. The first was one of the Get Wet highlighters, and this is I think also a Stacey Marie collab, but from longer ago. And it looks like this. This is the shade Do You, and it's like a very like cool toned frosty pink with like a really bright flip to it. I think it looks really pretty. I'm excited to see what that looks like on the skin. Interestingly, Angelica Nyqvist is the one that recommended these 2 highlighters to me. Well, not just to me, but to like everybody. And I don't know if that would actually work on her skin tone. So if it works on her skin tone, I might be a bit screwed. But I'm still looking forward to trying it. And then the other one is the Polar Vortex highlighter from Be Perfect, and it looks like this, and it's a pink to gold kind of duochrome. Like you can just see how much light bounces off that powder. That looks pretty. This packaging is disgustingly bulky, but I'm still really excited to give both of those highlighters a try. Okay, so next up, what do I want to talk about? I guess I'll talk about the Sydney Grace stuff that I ordered. So I went on their site. I was not even planning to make a purchase from Sydney Grace, but they talked about how they were doing their sale, and so I went ahead and ordered a couple of things. This is everything that I picked up. Now these 2 sets were sets of 5 each that were like pre-made bundles, and I messaged them and asked if they could switch out this shade, because this shade Dusk here in the center actually appears in both bundles. And they did go ahead and switch it out, and they sent me this shade instead, just as like an alternative shade. I literally told them in the comments of my order, like, I don't care what the shade is. I like bright colors, I like shimmers, I like everything. Just send me something that isn't a duplicate, because one am I going to do with a duplicate? And they were nice enough to accommodate that. I also picked up this kind of sunny yellow shade for myself because I thought it looked really pretty. And I picked up 2 highlighters. This is the Extra Whipped. Yeah, pumpkin spice latte extra whipped, and then this should be just the original PSL. Yeah, so those are the 2 highlighter shades that I picked up. And then these 10 down here are one of their like random grab bags. So they had a grab bag of 10 shadows for $20, but with the discounted price it went down to $14. So I did go ahead and pick that up. Now if you see the colors that I got, these 2 shades look really similar. These 3 shades look really similar. Like, I'm not really sure how much variety I got there, but I do really like Sydney Gray's shadows, so I'm excited to give them a try anyway. I think they will be a little bit different when I swatch them out. Whether they would look truly different on the eye from look to look, I don't know, but I think they're different enough that I'll still be able to get good use out of them. So now I need to hustle because I only have like 4 minutes left on this battery. And the next thing that I want to talk about is this stuff. We're almost done though, don't worry. Alright, and these are the 2 palettes from What's Up Beauty. Now, I had been looking at these palettes for a hot second ever since they got sent out to like a lot of the influencers that I watch, but these palettes are so expensive. They're so expensive. More so than what I think they need to be. So this palette is $41 originally, and I would go out and I would look at the website and I would be like, wow, this is super pretty, like I so want to try it. Look at the blue, the purple, like all these shades that look so pretty. And then I would look at the price and go, maybe later. And so I kept kind of putting it off, and then they had, before their Black Friday sale, a buy one get one free. So I went ahead and picked up both of their palettes to take advantage of that sale and get a chance to try both of them. And then here's the second one. This is the Geodes palette, and it looks like that. Super, super pretty. I think their shimmers are probably going to be a little bit more like a delicate, soft type formula, but I'm still looking forward to giving them a try and seeing what I think of them. And then, all right, 2 more places, guys. The next thing that I have is from Pretties for Your Face. I picked up a bunch of goodies. So I already had this highlight and blush palette put together, but I picked up this shade, this shade, this shade, these 3 blushes. So 3 highlighters and 3 blushes to kind of round out my collection. Obviously I still have room for a little bit more, but I was really excited to give them a try. Whoa, my hair's coming with it. And then I picked up a bunch of singles, and here they are right here. Now this top row here is the Mega Chromes that they came out with. This is their multi-chrome line. So that's their top row, or that's their multi-chrome line. I do have a swatch or 2 on my Instagram if you wanted to check those out, but they are really, really pretty shades. And then everything else is just like duochromes or shimmers, things from their regular collection that I just wanted to give a try to. So I have a bunch of singles in there, and I have been trying some of those out, as well as the Sydney Grace ones, because I kind of just couldn't wait. And then last but not least is Moira Cosmetics. I did pick up 1 lip liner just to be able to hit the free shipping threshold, so that looks like that. It's just like kind of a raspberry purple plummy shade. And then the shades that I picked up here, this is 009. It's kind of that like teal aqua duochrome. And then I have 16, which was the sparkly black, I believe. I have 15, which was that really pretty like cobalt blue shade. Definitely would even match like the outfit I'm wearing right now. I picked up number 17, which I think was the cool toned taupey silver. I picked up 14, which this was like the cornflower blue one, and 10, which was this kind of purpley shade here. So I picked up all the colorful ones. I left all the neutrals behind because obviously I'm not a neutrals girl, at least most days. Alright, and with that being said, that is everything for this video. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in a comment down below, what did you get for your Black Friday haul? I'm super, super interested to see what you got and if you love it or not. I want to thank you again so much for watching, and I'm going to catch you in my next video. Bye!